Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Welcome back to your brothers and sisters. After a short break, in fact a long break, we are back to our classes. We are resuming our sessions and we will be doing from where we stopped in class number 33, inshallah. Let's enter our class. What we were learning in previous class is about la. So we know there are different types of la. So what we're learning is, there's la nafiya. So it's a harf nafi where we negate a sentence, and we have la nahiya where it's a form of a command. So they're both used in mudari'ah. So la nafiya is where you say something no, don't do it, and la nahiya where you forbid somebody to do something, to stop from doing an action. So this is used in fa'al mudari'ah, la. So for example, if you want to say, are you going, you say hal tazhabu, so you say la tazhabu, you don't go. So izhab means where you command somebody to go. So you say go, you go. So it's a command for positive command. So you're asking a person to do an action. So if you say la tadhhab, so here also you're giving a certain type of a command, but here is command is forbidding. You're stopping somebody from doing an action. So we use la and we use the form of mudari'. So here there's no hamzatul wasl, it will be alamatul mudari', and the fi'l will have a majzoom. So it's a you don't go. So this is what we have learned. So for examples, just do certain examples. Say la ta'abud means don't worship. So just a few things about how we pronounce the end of this verb, where it's ending with a sukoon. And if we have another word coming with al, especially with al, where we have hamzatul wasl and there's a sukoon on lam. For example, we have la ta'bud and we got ash-shaytana. So ash-shaytana is your mafulun bihi. But here we got, how do we pronounce it? This iltiqa'i sakinaini. There are two sukoons coming together. That's why for the phonetics reasons, this sukoon in the fa'al will turn into a kasra. So what do we say? We say la ta'budish shaytana. So now we know the fail cannot have kasra at all, but this is only for the phonetics reasons where we have a kasra. So moving forward, this fail la nahiya along with the fa'al is appropriately used to the people which is being directed. For example, so if you are saying for a one person male, you say la tadhhab ya Bilal. So how do we describe this fa'al? Fa'alun majzoomun مبني على سكون فاعل مستتر تقديره أنت. So in front of you, لا تذهب يا بلال. So use a proper فعل. So if you're telling a group of people, so how do we use? We use a appropriate فعل here. لا تذهبوا يا إخوانو. So what's happening here? So we know تذهبون is the proper فعل. So here فعل مجزوم ب Hazafi noon. The noon has been dropped. Noon aata hai, noon jata hai. So dropping of noon, we know that it is majzoom and it is directed to ikhwano, brothers, plural, males. La tadhabu ya ikhwano. This alif is alifu wiqaya. So same thing here, feminine. So it's la tadhabi. So what's happening here? The fa'il majzoomun again bi hadafi noon. So if it is feminine, sister, what you say? La tadhabi. Normal fa'al will be tadhabina. So we drop the noon. La tadhabi ya aminatu. So if it is antunna, so we know antunna is mabni, is fixed, so it doesn't change. So la tadhabna. So how do we describe it? Fa'ilun majzoomun, fa'ilun mudari'un, mabniun ala fatha fi mahalli jazmi. So this is how it is described. So depending on the sentence, we will know that it is the majzoom. La tadhabna ya akhawatu. So this is how different fails will come, and when you command somebody in front of you, depending on the right person, so you use the right gender in the fail as well. So now inshallah, based on this knowledge, we'll be doing our lesson number 15 from Madina book 2, Ad-Darsul Khamisa Ashara. So again, a scenario in the class. So we'll be using all different types, and we'll be learning some new concepts as well. So in the teacher, Al-Mudarris, she says, Aina tadhabu ya Aba Bakrin. So Aina with zarf, we say tadhabu. So it is a normal fa'al with in the form of marfu, which is ending with damma, because there's nothing in front, there's nothing which is making it is majzoom. So Aina tadhabu ya Aba Bakrin. So it is Aba Bakrin, we know, because harf nida and munada, if it is mudaf ilayhi, then it becomes Aba Bakrin. Then Abu Bakr says in the form of marfu. Abu Bakr says, Adhabu ila al-mudir. I am going to mudir. The dhahaba is always comes with ila, I am going to. So Adhabu ila al-mudir. It says al-mudir says he's commanding him. La takhruj. Don't go out. La takhruj min al-fasli al-an. Don't go out of the class now. Izhab. So this izhab is fa'il amr. So this is not la nahiya. So here it is commanding. Izhab ilayhi. Go to him. Ba'da darsi. After the lesson. So here izhab is with the hamzatul wasl. So la takhruj. When la comes in the alamatul mudariya is retained. So we need to be very clear with this concept, inshallah. So Humayun says now, Ya Ustaz. So we know when harfu nida, ya, then the munada single word will have a single damma. Ya Ustazu ana talibun jadidun. So it's book 1, mubtada khabar, ana mubtada, talibun is khabar, jadidun is your naat. I am a new student. So always translate naat first and then the man'oot. So, oh teacher, I am a new student. Aina ajlisu. Where should I sit? Aina ajlisu. Where shall I sit? Ajlisu huna amamaka. So this hamza first is your particle of asking question, harful istifham, and ajlisu is the second hamza is your harful mudari'. So ajlisu, shall I sit? Huna, here. Amamaka, in front of you. So amama is your zarf, and what comes to zarf is your mudaf ilahi. Even huna is your zarf, but huna and hunak, they can come without any mudaf ilahi, whereas most of the zarfs, they have a mudaf ilahi coming after them. So teacher says again, so whenever a question starts with, we know, with harful istifham, either you should have a starting with na'am, you need to have a harful jawab, na'am or la. So here al-mudarris says la. So this la is your harful jawab, and now he's telling la tajlis huna, don't sit here. So he's telling don't sit here. So if you want to tell somebody sit, so here ijlis. If you want to say don't sit, so you don't say la ijlis, you say la tajlis. La tajlis huna, don't sit here. Hada maq'adu hishamin. So hada is your mubtada and maq'adu is your khabar, wa huwa mudaf, and hishamin is your mudaf ilayhi. This is the desk of Hisham. Wa huwa ghaibun al-yawm. So this waw is a different type of waw which we'll be learning in book 3, inshallah. It's something called as wawul hal, but just to translate here at the moment. So wa huwa ghaibun al-yawm means he is absent today. Ijlis means he is commanding sit down. Hunaka. So we said huna and hunaka, they can come on their own. She said sit over there. Khalfa hamidin. Khalfa is your behind, and hamidin is your mudaf ilayhi zarf, and zarf mudaf ilayhi combination. So ijlis hunaka khalfa Hamidin. Sit behind Hamid. And Bashir says, A'akhazu hadihil dafatira ya ustazu. So now we need to understand what's happening here. So what is this word akhazu? So we are going to learn how this word is constructed. This is a fa'al which comes from akhaza. So there are three fa'als which have this pattern, which is akhaza, akala and amara. This is bab nasara. Akhaza ya'khuzu, nasara yansuru, akhaza ya'khuzu, akala ya'kulu, amara ya'muru. So akhaza, he took, akala, he ate, amara, he ordered. So if we see, this is starting with hamzatul qata, this fa'al. So what happens when it comes to five in the pocket, like ya'khuzu, ta'khuzu, 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 and for ana, form of ana means normally it should be a'khuzu, akala will be a'kulu, and amara will be a'muru. But here what happens is, because you got two hamzatul qata, so this hamza will merge, and what we get is a alif with a mad, akhuzu, which means I take, akulu, I'm eating, amuru, I'm ordering. So this is how this is constructed. So here Bashir is telling, akhuzu, shall I take, hadihi dafatira. Hadihi is your maf'ulun bihi. So what is ad-dafatira? We know ismu ishara followed by al is badal, and badal will have a same ending, case ending as mubdal minhu. So here hadihi is a maf'ulun bihi. That's why we have ad-dafatira. It's not dafatiri, because dafatira is badal for maf'ulun bihi. Shall I take this notebooks, these notebooks? Ya ustaz. So again we have to notice here, why do we have hadihi? Because daftarun is your singular, dafatir is jam'u ghayra aqil, so kullu jama' mu'annas. That's why we say hadihi as treated as a single female. Hadihi dafatira ya ustaz. Shall I take these notebooks, ya ustaz? The ustaz says la, la. So again, so la is your harf jawab, and la ta'khuzha. So this la is la nahiya, and it's saying don't take it. It's actually don't take them. Actually here ha refers to dafatir, to don't take them. So after a while he says yanzuru fi daftarin. So yanzuru, it is describing that the teacher is actually looking at the notebooks, and he says ya Abdur Rahim. So we know abda is mansub because ya harf munada makes it mansub. Ya Abdur Rahim la taktubil ajwibata. See, la taktub is the fa'al. For the phonetics reason we get a kasra. So la taktubil, don't write what? Is al ajwibata, the homework. Don't write the homeworks. Bil qalamil ahmari, with red pen. Bil qalamil ahmari. Al qalam and al mahr is not man'ud. So al mudarris, and he says al mudarris huwa allazi yaktubu bil qalamil ahmari. So al mudarris is your mubtada, and again we have another sentence, huwa allazi yaktubu bil qalam. This is jumlatul ismiya coming as a khabar here. So again huwa is your mubtada, here allazi is a not but coming as a khabar, is ismu mawsula, and ismu mawsula will always have a silatul mawsul. Huwa, he is the one what? The yaktubu, he writes bil qalamil ahmari. So, al mudarris huwa allazi yaktubu bil qalamil ahmari. The teacher is the one who writes with the red pen. Faisal says, it's another student gets up and says unzur, look. So we know nazara comes with ila. Unzur ila hadhihi al majallata ya ustaz. So look here, look to this magazine ya ustaz. What is it? Ma ajmalaha. So we need to know what ma ajmalaha. It is Fa'al ta'ajjub means when you're amused, then you say how beautiful it is. So it's a pattern on af'ala. So ma ajmalaha. So if you want to say how big it is, you say ma akbara. Ma atwala, how tall. So when you express a surprise. So you say, the teacher says, Al-Mudarris says, La taqra, don't read. So what don't read? Read what? Majallatin. So majallatin, al-majallati is your maf'ulun bihi, but ending with kasra, we know, because it is a jama mu'annath thalim. Majallatun, majallatun, majallatin, majallatin. So here al-majallati is your maf'ulun bihi. So don't read the magazines. La taqra'il majallati fil fasli ya Faisal, in the classroom ya Faisal. Don't read the magazines. But Faisal is very clever. What he says, ma aqra'u hadhihi al-majallata al-an. So now we have to understand there's another new word coming here, which is ma. So we know all the while we've been, la comes with mudari'a, but we have got mudari'a here, but what we have got here is ma. So what is this ma? We're going to understand now, inshallah. So ma is here a particle of negation. We are negating something, but we know there are two particles of negation. La, which is harf nafi, so la nafiya, and we have ma. Ma comes, la comes with, we know it comes with mudari'a, and we know ma, it comes with madi. So if you want to say hal katabtal wajibata, you say ma katabtu, I did not write, the past tense. Ma dhahabtu, I did not go. So ma is used with madi and la is used with mudari'a. So for example, we say la afhamul faransiyata, I don't understand, I'm not understanding the French, I don't understand French. So we say la nazhabu ila al-mal'abi yawm al-jum'ata, we don't go. So it's saying we don't go to the playground on Friday. Is this la, when it comes to mudariya, it represents like it's as a habit or as a rule, as a condition, you don't do this thing. Okay, so la afhamu, so you don't understand at all. La nazhabu, so we don't go at all. But when ma is used with mudari', this means that it is a temporary. So it is not like a permanent. It's like, for example, say la ashrabul qahwa means I don't drink coffee at all. But when you say ma ashrabul qahwa, means I don't drink coffee now. For the moment, I don't drink the coffee. So that's how the ma and mudari' is used to negate something on a temporary basis. So here the Faisal is telling, ma aqra'u hadhihi al-majallata, I am not reading this magazine right now. Al-an. Innama. So innama is a special word which we're going to learn in book 3 how it is constructed. For the moment we'll just know that it means I'm only, or it is only. Innama anzuru, I'm only looking. Ila suwari allati fiha, I'm only looking at what? Suwari. Suwari means here the plural of suratun. So one thing to notice that suratun with sad and suratun with seen both have the same plural form. They both have the same plural form, which is suwarun. So suwarun with sad is the pictures, and suratun with seen is a chapter in the Quran. So it's a very subtle difference. So we need to know how to differentiate this. So we know why it is allati here, because it is a kullu jama' mu'annas. So I'm only looking to the pictures, those that are in it. Allati fiha, those that are in it. Very clever. So now Hamza gets up, he says, Aftahul baba ya ustaz. So again we know harf al-istifham, aftahu is shall I open Open what? The door. Al-baba. Ya ustaz. Shall I open the door, ya ustaz? Yakadul jarasu yarinnu. So again, we are getting a new verb here. Inshallah, we're going to learn. It's a very beautiful and very nice verb. So this verb, yakadu, comes from kada yakadu. It is like kana. So kana means he was. We know kana is an incomplete verb, which means the meaning is incomplete. I mean, if you say he was, so we need to know he was what. So we need to have more information. So whenever we have this type of incomplete verb, so what do we have is, we have a ism and we have a khabar. So we don't say it's a fa'il. So we will say ism and khabar to have more detail. To kada yakadu means he almost or he is about to. So that doesn't make complete sense. He almost means almost what? So here as well we have what we'll have is ism and we'll have a khabar. However, the kada yakadu khabar is slightly different. Like if you are telling he is about to, that means the next thing is some action is being taken. So that's why the khabar of kada yakadu will always be a jumlatul fi'liya. He's almost, he is about to go, he's about to write, he's about to jump, about whatever. There is always an action which comes. There's always a jumlatul fi'liya. And one more thing about this jumlatul fi'liya is that it always will be mudara. It's not a madi. It always will be mudara. So these are the two things you need to remember with kada yakadu, is that you will have a verb and you will have a ism and it will have a khabar. Khabar will be jumlatul fi'liya and jumlatul fi'liya will be always will be mudara. Let's give some example. It will be more clear inshallah. For example, we say kadal waladu. Al waladu marfu is your ism. So the boy almost. So what is? So you need more information. The khabar almost what is he say? Almost yadhaku. He almost laughed. The boy almost laughed. So yadhaku is comes from dahika yadhaku. He laughed. He almost laughed. So if you say another example, you say kada al mudarrisu. Kada al mudarrisu. The teacher almost yakhruju. So the teacher almost left. So even though it is in the past tense, but we use the mudari' when you use the khabar. So if you say yakadu, so yakadu is your mudari' form of kada. Yakadu means he is, something is about to going to happen. So who? Al-imamu. The imam is about to, al-imamu yarka'u. Is about to do ruku. The imam is about to do ruku. If you give another example, so make it more clear inshallah. So you say yakadul jarasu. So we're looking for the ism. So al jarasu is the ism. Jarasu means the bell. The bell is about to what? Yarinnu. Ranna yarinnu means ring. So the bell is about to ring. That's what it means. So kada yakadu. So got to remember that it's got ism and khabar. Khabar will be jumlatul fi'liya and it will have be always will be mudari'. So here Hamza is telling aftahul baba ya ustaz. Shall I open the door ya ustaz? Yakadul jarasu yarinnu. The bell is about to ring. So al-mudarris says la. So we know what la is a harf jawab, and you say La taftah, don't open the door al-an. La taftahil baba al-an. So this is our lesson number 34. So where we learned about la nahiya. So la nafiya, how to negate, how to forbid, and how to use ma, and how do we use the verb kada yakadu. So inshallah we will continue with more interesting concepts in the next class. Until then, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.